good. Okay, Anni, I'm so glad you decided to do this interview. And just before we get started, can you just tell the interviewers a little bit about, like, what do you do for a living? What's your profession?
Okay, I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching 16 years in senior high school in Cimahi.
And you're also an administrator, correct?
Yes, correct. Sorry. And I have to deal, besides teaching, I have to deal with the paperwork at school because I'm helping the principal to manage the school. So my position is as a management of representative. So I'm responsible in administration things at school.
Okay, great. Well, today I wanted to ask you about technology in Indonesia. How do you use technology, and if so, how do you use it?
Well, I use Facebook, and also I use Facebook to maintain my relationship with my old friends, with friends at school, with my parents, with my family, with my kids, with my husband. And also I use Google search. I love to use Google search because whenever I in the middle of the meeting, if I don't know something, I just search what I need. So when I answer the question, then I know the answer correctly. So I don't have to look at the book or something. Just Google search, and then you find everything that you need. But you have to choose what information that available, or what do we call it, easy to trust. I think it's trust website.
Okay. All right. Do you think technology has been a positive influence on the lives of women in Indonesia?
Of course. So since I'm a career woman and I'm working like 8 hours a day, it's hard for me to read something using paper or book or newspaper. So by using technology through internet, I can know everything without going to the library. I just open up my tablet or my computer and I find things that I need, or even I don't have to buy a textbook for my students, so I just Google search and find the source for teaching.
Oh wow! So you use it in your job as well as for your personal life.
Yes.
Great. Has technology created jobs in Indonesia?
Yes, of course. There are so many jobs concerning with technology, like programming, or even some young person now interested in creating a new game online. Even I have a son. He's like 14 years old, and he has a friend, and his friend like to creating a game online. So it's create a job. So I think even though in 5 years ago we cannot find this kind of job, right? A creator of game online. So nowadays, I think technology open very so many opportunity to have a job without going out. You just stay and open your computer, and then you make your own money by creating a new job using technology.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Loni.
I know.
Okay, so you use technology in your work?
Yes, of course. Every time. I cannot live without my tablet. Even I always open it, just figure out how I teach. So while I'm stuck with my students' questions, then I Google search. That's true. So sometimes I never open the book. I just Google search and I find the source, and I keep opening 5 sources, and like I do my own conclusion. So it's easy. Technology make my life easier.
Great. Okay, what influences has technology had, you think, on the culture of Indonesia?
Well, in the culture, of course, it changed a lot. Usually people like to write letter, right, and go to the post office. But nowadays, even if we have a very big celebration, like after the Ramadan, usually people send postcard, but not nowadays. You just send text or through Facebook. So sometimes, it changed a lot our culture, and people likes doing their own. Sometimes it's not that good because having friends meeting face to face, that's better than only meeting friends through the internet, right? So it changed a lot. People talk through technology, not to people anymore. And sometimes it become more individual or selfish and individualism, something like that.
Do you think it's going to continue to improve international relationships for Indonesians? Do you think that it can be a bridge in a way to
Yes, it can
improve their
bridge.
global relationships?
Yes, it can improve our global relationship with other countries because if you use technology, you don't have to wait until a month or a week to have or contact your friends outside from Indonesia. So what you do, you just push the button and try to find the perfect time to meet, or even have a meeting in a different time, a different place. I mean, with only using technology, the internet.
So do you think the old people and the young generation have both embraced technology equally?
No, I don't think so. Young is better in technology, young person, but old people, they tend to depend on their conventional way of just talking to the phone, that's all. But using internet or technology, it's hard to find because their skill is very limited.
Okay. And do you think the government is doing enough to promote technology in the country to help bring the country further into
Yes, of
competition?
course. Yes, of course, because in our curriculum, students have to learn about technology. They learn how to use computer, how to do the programming. So I think that's one way of introducing technology to the students. So after they get into a real job, so they are accustomed of using technology in their life, even in their jobs, something like that.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank you so much for this interview. It's been very informative.
Thank you.
And I so enjoyed it. And we will definitely be keeping in touch with you because you've been such a valuable asset. Thank you for interviewing for Over 40 and Dazzling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.